Hello, welcome to Mr. Paul's Pantry. I'm Mr. Paul and I've chosen a recipe today because I'm a person who absolutely hates throwing food away. And this morning I came across 3 very overripe bananas in the kitchen. So I'm going to utilise those and my recipe is going to be for banana muffins. Let's do it! Right, here are the ingredients we're going to use for this banana muffin recipe. It's 125 grams of salted butter, 150 grams of sugar, 190 grams of self-raising flour, 1 egg, 3 ripe bananas and 60 millilitres of milk. That's all it is. Don't try to remember the recipe now because I have written it down underneath this video. So let's make them. Now the first thing we're going to do is to add the butter and the sugar to the pan. There's the butter. And there's the sugar. So we need to just gently dissolve that. Careful we don't burn anything, but all we want is a nice liquid mixture of the butter and the sugar. It's melting away nicely. Can you see that? Now we've got the butter and the sugar completely melted there. You can see that. We're going to take it off the heat. And we're going to add next the banana. Here's our banana, which I've mashed with a fork. So the riper the better as far as the banana is concerned. Mix that in. And we're going to add also the beaten egg. Now I do try to make these recipes as easy to follow as possible, so I don't think this could be any easier. I'm doing it in step by step just to show you how it all works. Once we've got that mixed like that, then we're going to add the flour. Here's the flour going in. Remember that self-raising flour. And we'll incorporate that now. You don't need a food mixer for this, it's all done in the pan like I'm showing you. Just gently mix that in until it's all incorporated. You see the consistency? And now the last thing to go in is the milk. 60 millilitres of milk. And we'll just mix that in. Just take your time, there's no hurry. It will all go in eventually. And the batter should be quite loose. It shouldn't be a dough like a pastry or anything like that, or a cake mix. It should be quite loose. And I'll show you now. That's how loose it is. Can you see that? Now you will see some lumps of banana that haven't been mashed properly. Don't worry about that. They'll all melt down once we get to cooking it. So now transfer it to a jug and we'll carry on putting it into the paper cases. So we're going to transfer it to a jug so that it's easy to get into the cases. Now the cases need filling about 2/3 full. It's not easy, but just about 2/3 full. And keep going until you've used all your batter. and now we need to get these into the oven. Now the oven's set at 180, or if you have a fan oven, 160, because they always run a little hotter than a non-fan oven. So they go in now there for about 20 minutes. So now we can test to see if they're ready. Just lift them out of the oven, take a skewer, and if that comes out clean, perfectly dry, they're ready. Put them on a cooling rack and boil the kettle. And here are the finished product. They're very, very tasty banana muffins. If you've enjoyed this video, just go below and give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, press the subscribe button. When you do, you'll see a little bell icon on the right. Give that a click and it'll remind you every time I put up a new video. You won't miss one. If you have any comments, you can also leave them below. So it's Mr. Paul for this time saying bye, and I'll see you next time.